Well, hello everyone. This is Wilson Cole. I'm president of Adams, Evans and Ross. And I always get asked, Wilson, what do I do before I turn it over to you for collections? And, I'm going to walk you through what I tell all of our clients. And a lot of you guys may be surprised. The first thing that you don't want to do is pick up the phone and call me and turn it over for collections, especially if you haven't done these three things. Because, the one thing that we've been very fortunate on with Adams, Evans, and Ross is we're so entrenched in the staffing and recruiting market that our business is always going to be stable. Knock on wood, hopefully. But that's at least the case now. So we're not dependent on every single collection coming in. We're more dependent on keeping a healthy industry that we service. And anytime that if somebody has to turn over 1/4 to 0.5% in for collections, that's a healthy industry. If you're having to turn over 2% and 3% and 4% of your revenues in collections, you've got bad systems, and you probably run the risk of going out of business. So we want to find that balance. Statistically, you're going to need me. But if you wind up needing me 2%, 3%, 4% of your revenues, you probably have an issue there. And I'm not saying have one year where one large client goes out. I'm saying take an industry average over the last 3 or 4 years, see what you've turned over for collections or had as bad debt. But the three things that I want you to do is, number one, send a friendly reminder. Pick up the phone, give them a call, see what, make sure that they've gotten your invoice. Let them know that that there's an invoice that's owed. I typically recommend doing that, somewhere between 5 to 10 days past due. Certainly by 10 days past due. I'm not saying make a, where's my money, jumping up and down. I'm just saying, hey, did you get our invoice? Everything okay? Then you also want to have an end game, so you kind of follow up with them somewhere around that 45 to 60 day mark. You probably want to draw a line in the sand and give them a date of you need to have this resolved by May 1st, and I'm just picking an arbitrary date. And if they don't pay it by May 1st, then you have a problem. The one thing, though, that I want you to do is keep an open line of communication. But the litmus test that I use with every single client that calls me, and I go through the same thing. Have you sent a demand letter? Have you kind of drawn that line in the sand? And if they say no, I say, hey, go ahead, give them 5 days, 10 days. Go ahead and draw that line in the sand. Half of them are going to pay you, half of them aren't. Call me back and we'll get to work on it. But if the debtor tells you, I'm not going to pay you because, the second that they tell you that they're not going to pay you, you need to stop talking. I cannot tell you, and we've talked about this in other videos, how many times we've had a perfectly good collection get absolutely obliterated because our client says something when taken out of context, absolutely kills their ability to collect on it. We've done videos, so I'm not going to go down that route. You can certainly find it here on what not to say whenever someone tells you they're not going to pay you. But let them know between 5 and 10 days. If you don't want to call, have your assistant call. If you have an AP department, an AR department, have them call somewhere between that 5 to 10 days. Make sure they got the invoices. Create a 3-letter series that maybe goes out. There's some actions that you probably need to take, after that 10th day before you hit that 60 days. Create some automated follow-up, but have some connections with them. But somewhere around that 60-day mark, and depending on the industry, it may be at 30 days or it could be at 90. But whatever is appropriate for your industry, draw that line in the sand. And then if they tell you they're not going to pay you, cease off communications with them. If you need our help with collections, click on the link above. It'll take you to our website. You can book an appointment with myself or one of our attorneys, and we can talk about the specifics of your case. Hey guys, it's Wilson again, and this video was brought to you by Adams, Evans, and Ross. And if you like the video, please make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also like the video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below as well. If you'd like to learn more about our company, please visit our website at staffingdebt.com. And also remember, if there's no collection, there's absolutely no cost at all.